We are continuing to explore Sol 1492 mosaic. This is the raw image. And here my enhanced image. We are investigating the second Murray's Butte, just on the right from the previous butte we have investigated in my last video. This new one seems hiding even more artifacts than the previous one, including two unequivocal boats or crafts of some sort. Here is a quick demonstration of how I found the two boats. As you see in the animation, I tried different types of enhancements and light/contrast adjustments. At the end, these unequivocal boat shapes emerged from the fake sand area. The boats are not the only so-called anomalies here. The whole butte is full of debris, artifacts, and relics. In fact, the whole hill seems made out of debris. There are so many. I will try to explain what I see and believe it might be. But, doing it for all of them, it will take to make a video much longer to explore all of them. Therefore, I divided the photo in 3 areas, and highlighted the spots with anomalies. Is this a wall? Or what remains of something larger and perhaps mechanical? These objects are definitely not rocks. They seems to be metallic and mechanical, as many others on this hill. This area also has too many geometric shapes, lines and 90 degrees corners. Nature does not make shapes like these out of rocks. This is probably part of the whole complex of machinery or buildings that once was here. This object here, even if the photo is not very clear, we can see that it resembles a vehicle or a craft of some sort. Remember that this hill is quite far from the camera, therefore many details are lost due to the enlargement. At least this is what it looks to me. This other object is very similar to another one we saw on the Butte of my last video. Is this a flying craft? A UFO? Like the one seen in other Mars photos? I am not sure what to say about this one. What do you think it might be? Is this another flying craft? Another UFO? Not all these objects seem natural to me. Never in my life I have seen rocks shaped like if they were made by an intelligent creator. Unless they were indeed made by someone. I would like to suggest pausing this video and looking at these anomalies with more attention. I understand that perhaps the image moves too fast to appreciate what you are seeing. As I have said, the boats are not the only major stranger things on this butte. Very complex and intricate shapes are all over, including, as you see here, forms or shapes that appear to be some type of dwellings. What do you think? Buildings or misshaped rocks? I am not sure what to say about this one. Part of a structure or of a machine? For this one I have a thought. It seems that underneath this, let's call object, there's an empty space with something inside. Could it be that this was part of a communication system between these apparently structures? Is too much imagination? Are these just scattered debris? Or pieces of something that was connected to each other? Are these just isolated parts? Or the tip of something much bigger, buried under the fake sand like the boats? Since I started to post my findings, I have repeatedly had some skeptic telling me that these are just rocks or misshaped rocks. But, how can something like this, that clearly has a geometric shape and with apparent pipes coming out of it, be a rock or a natural phenomenon? Do you believe that what you have seen so far are just normal rocks? Finally, yet importantly, we are now looking at the third part of this photo. The boats and their surroundings. In the next few shots, we will see some details emerged out from the NASA fake sand, which to me confirms that these are boats indeed. Even if it's hard to believe that on another planet, on Mars, we would have found something so earthly-like. Nevertheless, we cannot deny what we are seeing, even though someone has already tried to disprove this finding. In the description of this video, you will find the link to NASA JPL site and you can check this photo for yourself, if you think I have made any type of manipulation to this photo. What immediately has convinced me that these were not sand drifts, it was that as soon as I have increased the contrast and made a few color adjustment to these two spots, immediately the hazy fake sand color disappeared, showing what you see here. The bow of these submarine looking craft is so perfect and spot on. You can compare this photo with this one of a Russian submarine on Earth. The similarities are too great to discard as a trick of wind and sand. This other ship can be either a submarine or a destroyer type of ship, if we want to continue to use our Earth ship as a comparison. But the point here is that NASA wanted to hide these ships. Apparently, they removed any trace of them in other photos of this area also. Perhaps, who worked on this photo, wanted to leave us some clues. A man or a woman with a conscience perhaps. As I kept working on these photos, I realized that all the debris, artifacts, structures and the two boats were probably all part of a military naval base. This should not be surprising, since we know that at some point when on Mars there was water and oceans, Gale Crater hosted a large body of water. These highlighted anomalies could have been part of structures related to some naval activities. This one, for example, seems to be the turret of either a cannon or some other type of military object. This concludes this presentation. I hope you found it interesting and in some way revelatory. Please share it to let the truth about Mars be known. In the next video we will investigate Murray's Butte number 3. Who knows what we will find there? Hopefully the same person who left these clues here has left some on the next Butte also, or maybe not, but will be worth to check it out. If you want to be notified of my next video, click the subscribe button to this channel.